Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here, and if you watched the previous video, you know what's going on. We're in a flight simulator. We're following the mighty Mississippi from the very beginning of Lake Itasca, northern Minnesota, all the way to the end, Gulf of Mexico, Mississippi Delta, south of New Orleans, Louisiana. And the reason why we're starting in the air, in case you didn't watch the first video, is there's nowhere to land. Our video time had exceeded what I wanted to be, and there's nowhere to land for a long time, so we're just still in the air. See, no airports around here. So we're just going to stay in the air for a while. Maybe we'll land in this video. We'll see, depends where we end up. Or maybe we'll just stay in the air. So we're doing multi-part series in the big Radials Norseman. So I think I have to disclose. Oh, look, there's snow now. There was not snow in the previous video, but there's snow now. Look at that. Cool. So I think I need to disclose that this airplane I'm flying was gifted to me. Not recently. It was gifted to me like a year, maybe even more than a year ago. And I have done lots of videos with it, including a close look video and all that stuff if you want to check that out on the channel. But I think I need to disclose this was gifted to me, I guess, even though it wasn't recent, but whatever, there you go. So anything I need to say? I don't think so. If you have no idea what's going on, watch the first video, because I'm concentrating and I don't want to give a long intro and forget what I'm doing. So anyway, Mississippi River, which is more like a creek for now, very complicated to follow this. You know, you think, oh, Mississippi goes north to south. Well, it does eventually, but where we are, it's tiny, hard to find, and it's windy, and it goes everywhere. So we are at, what lake was it? I pronounced it in the last video, Winnebigoshish. We call it Lake Winnie. The locals call it Lake Winnie. But anyway, Winnebigoshish. Jeez, anyway, whatever. Cass Lake was that big lake right behind there above the town, which I've been to in real life several times. Real good weather right now still, and I'm hand flying. I've been hand flying this thing for over an hour or so since we took off from Lake Itasca, and it's been fun. I could use autopilot with heading bug, but this is just more fun. Eventually we will use heading bug and autopilot also to hold our altitude, but right now I'm just having a blast avoiding these clouds. In real life we would have icing conditions because it's well below zero in real life, but I have icing turned off because the previous plane I flew was super buggy, and I wasn't able to use icing in the previous plane, so I just kept it off. So anyway, we're headed to where the Mississippi River leaves the lake and it gets narrower, so we need to find it on the VFR map. So here we go. Mississippi River came in here. Mississippi River leaves here. And this is called Winnebigoshish. This is called Little Winnebigoshish. Or whatever. And then we're headed here. Mississippi comes down here. And I think, I can't remember if it turns left or right. We'll have to look at Google Maps to see which one it is. But fortunately for us, the Mississippi has been laid out pretty significantly in the VFR map, which it is not that significant in real life. It's very small. It's not the biggest river by any means in this part of the state, but they made it big for us in the map, so good for us, I guess. We're taking advantage. So anyway, lots of yip-yapping in the last video, and there will be a lot of yip-yapping in this video because we're hand flying and because it's kind of interesting and complicated to follow this river. Once it opens up around St. Cloud, Minnesota or so, we'll just be doing sightseeing without much talking because it'll be super obvious what we're looking at. But it's not so obvious right now. How's your altitude? Ground level is about 1,500 feet, and we're coming up on 4,000. So what's that? 3,500, 2,500 feet? Can I do math? 2,500 feet, right? 2,500 plus 1,500 is 4,000. So we're 2,500 feet above ground level. It's a little higher than I want it to be, but this airplane just wants to keep climbing because we do have a firewalled. We're just cranking away here, which is why we've been losing fuel so fast. So when that gets to the red, I'm going to have to change tanks again because we ran out of fuel in the air in the last video. Yep, it was kind of funny. But I did get to the fuel in time. In fact, I'm going to change it now. I'm scared. We want to do that one. Let's do left wing. How much fuel is there? Does it show us? There isn't much. Okay, I don't know if that fuel is the tanks or everything because they're not much. Oh, fuel's over here. Wait a second. That's pressure. Fuel percent. I am not under front belly. I'm not understanding that gauge. I should. It's not complicated. I'm just kind of panicking right now, so I can't focus on reading that gauge. I'll figure it out later. Anywho, we're about to leave Lake Winnebagochish, and we're going to follow Mississippi right here as it goes quite a ways by itself. Oh, clearing in the clouds. So we're going to follow. Ooh, snow. See, I told you. That's awesome. So it must be updating weather. It must be snowing here in real life. These must be snow clouds, and it must be snowing, and it updates weather, and it shows snow on the ground. Because there's not snow on the ground when we started. So, of course, you're watching this in the new year, so Happy New Year. The weather in real life right now could be way different. You could be under 10 feet of snow for I know right now. But as I record this, no snow except where you see it. So there you go. The river is highlighted by snow for us. So we're going to follow that and head down to the next lake. Actually, we have to head down to the T. And which way does it go? It goes to the left. Okay, so it comes. Okay, so there's Leech Lake, Mud Lake. Okay, so it goes to the left. And man, if you thought it was zigzag curly in the first video, it's going to be insane in this video. It curls even more. And then where does it go? And then it keeps going to the east for a long time. Oh wow, okay, cool. We are going to be spending several videos in Minnesota for sure. Like I said in the previous video, this is the complicated part, is getting started, and it only gets easier. But for right now, it is very complicated to follow this river. But that's fine. I love complicated. Alright, let's stay out of the clouds, please. There's a winding river in front of us. I'm trying to get a little bit north of it so we can see it out the window. I think I might be getting kind of exhausted from hand flying. All of a sudden, I've like hit a hand flying wall. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up autopilot somehow. We're at 4,700 feet. Let's descend a little bit. So let's do altitude. Let's set it to 4,700. No, let's set it to 4,500. Whoops. So we gotta get below that for autopilot to do anything. Heading bug. What are we at right now? What's your heading? 190, 100, 105. So let's set heading 105. And whoop, watch your altitude here. What is 105? So let's do autopilot, heading 105, vertical speed 300 feet per minute. So there we go. We should climb to 4,500 feet, heading at 105 at 300 feet per minute. Oh, and it's clear. Very good. Now I can use the, oh boy, the drone's all messed up. I can use the drone now to look. Oh, how much nicer is this? I should have done this an hour ago. But it was fun to hand fly all that. It was fun, but now we can actually relax and have a look. And there's your Mississippi, your mighty Mississippi, which is not so mighty until, like, not for a long time. Okay, I got to keep up on this heading bug, though, because obviously it's going to change constantly. But we have the altitude we want, at least for now. And we'll use heading bug to follow the river. And that was a little aggressive, I think. Oh, that was way too aggressive. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now I can stop yip-yapping so much. And, okay, I guess it wants to turn back now. Whatever. Oh, that's right. This thing, like, overshoots a lot. So there's 120. We want to be 127. Hey, we're still climbing. Why are we still climbing? We were not supposed to climb anymore. Hey, why didn't it hold my altitude? Maybe we were too close. Well, let's just use vertical speed then to control our altitude then. That's weird. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is when I get down to 4,500, I'll just hit Alt on my autopilot. Then it'll stay. Yeah, we gotta get out of these clouds. And I don't want to miss our intersection up here. We have a big intersection up here, and we have to turn left. Well, okay, never mind. The intersection is here, and we need to turn left to follow this, but we'll just stay straight so we can see it out our window, and then we'll turn down. And then I think it turns left again. Here, I think. Yeah, then it turns left again, so then it goes through here, through all this mess, which is going to be fun. So where's the intersection? Are we over it? Yeah, there's an intersection right there. So that's Cass River, or I mean Leech Lake River. Our river's over here. See, it turned. See, right there. It turned and now it's up here in the snow. So we'll just follow it out our window a little bit. I'll keep an eye on our altitude. Yeah, when we get to 4,500, I'm just going to hit Alt on my Jeep or my multi-panel on my desk, and we'll see if it actually does anything. And then we'll get back on the heading bug and make sure we're following everything appropriately. And here we go, ready, set, just about there now. Will it hold? It's not holding. Hold altitude, please. It is not holding. I know it works. Let's just level off then with VS. I know altitude works. I've used it. I also know if you do this view, you take this out, come here, take that out. You can do autopilot through here. I think it's in help, yeah. See, alt hold and heading. That's what I was doing. See, then the 127, I can move, see, move to 123. I can do all that on my thing. How do I put it away? Like that, there we go. It's not hold, well, I was holding that alt now. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever, it's fine. It's good enough. There you go, okay. Keep an eye on where we're going though. Mississippi, I think, is going to go south of us now. Yep. So let's look out this window. There's Mississippi. We're actually going to just hold this heading because then we're just going to go straight through this disaster in a minute. So yeah, let me give you a sightseeing for a minute. Oh gosh, if we can. And then we will come back together in a minute. There's not really much to sightsee. It's kind of cloudy. I'll figure something out. And we just crossed over Mississippi again. There it is. Going around. So like I said, we'll just hold this heading. And then it gets to be a mess up here. So what do? We got to follow it. Well, actually, let's turn a little bit. Let's not get too far away. Ooh, we get a clearing to look at. Anyway, so yeah. So Mississippi enters this huge mess. It comes out here. I know that much. Then it goes to Grand Rapids, Minnesota. So we get to see Grand Rapids, which, again, everybody in Minnesota knows Grand Rapids and has been there for whatever reason. And then it leaves Grand Rapids. There's an airport there, but we're not ready to land for this video. We'll fly over the airport. Mississippi comes out of Grand Rapids and it goes to the southeast. So what does that look like on here? Let's get even more north. We're kind of drifting away here. Grand Rapids is right here. Then the Mississippi comes down here and probably back this way, but we'll see. We might be landing at one of these runways. Depends how long it takes to get there. Alrighty, we kind of got off track here. Let's get even closer, please. We can enjoy the river, which enters right here. And we'll fly over the Grand Rapids Airport and continue along here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut my trap now that I'm using autopilot. I'm going to set up some sightseeing views for you, and I'll see you as we enter Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And just like that, we're entering the Grand Rapids area already. So this is moving very quickly. As convoluted and complicated as this little journey is that I've created for myself, it is moving really quickly. So I have to be very careful and I have to stay on top of it, or else we'll overshoot things and miss more than we already have. Although we haven't missed much. In fact, I don't think we missed anything, to be honest. But man, it must be snowing like crazy up north right now. I'm in Minneapolis myself, and there's nothing. It's just looks like a dead winter. No snow, nothing. Anyway, entering Grand Rapids, right? I think we are. It should be Grand Rapids. Yeah, the Grand Rapids outer area. Again, tons of resorts, huge hockey. Everything up here is hockey. teeny tiny towns with phenomenal hockey teams. They'd like to say like our worst tiny town hockey team is better than most best big town hockey teams everywhere else, and it's true. Anyway, there you go. I've been here. I know where this is. I've been here for many things in real life, usually stopping there on my way to somewhere else, that type of thing. Yeah, very interesting. Interesting. Why are we not changing heading anymore? Did I lose heading? No. Okay. Don't make me nervous. Jeez. Because this is a flight sim, let's check out the airport while we fly over it, because that's pretty cool, right? And the Mississippi is just right there, right here. Do. It just went through town. There's town right there. They're like one stoplight. Do Mississippi. Do. Winding around, like I said. So now, what are we gonna do? We are probably over it now, so we're not gonna see it. Yeah, it's under our nose. So let's start turning to the southeast, so we can stay alongside of it here. And where does it go? It goes around and around and around. No real big towns or anything for a very long time. In fact, we probably won't see a town now until we get to the Brainerd area, which is quite a ways away. I don't know if we're going to make it to Brainerd in this video or not. Possibly we'll make it to Brainerd in this video, but anyway, we're right over the Mississippi, so it's kind of hard to show it to you. There it is. Boom. Snow on the roads, that's cool. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of wideish in parts, but it's still not the mighty Mississippi like people think of it. Not up here in Minnesota, no. But there you go. You can take a small boat down it, maybe. Kind of cool, right? And there it is, right next to us. How beautiful. So yeah, we're at 30. Wait, what? 3,400. Was I 1,000 off and I didn't notice? Or are we slowly ascending? I'm confused. I don't understand. Oh my gosh, I'm so like trying to be careful about not losing this river and complicated and not used to this aircraft. I guess I misread my stuff by 1,000 feet. 3,400 or 3,500 take away 1,500 is what, 1,000 feet above ground level? Or 2,000, I mean, geez, I better stop talking before I'm digging myself a bigger hole. But anyway, we're right over the river, so let's go outside to have a peek. A little bit of sun peeking through the snow clouds, but there's your river. I told you it's going to get extra windy, right? And there it is, I wasn't kidding. Finding its way south, slightly downhill. So if you figure we took off around Lake Itasca, we're about 1,500 feet above sea level on the ground. Minneapolis is about 853 or something, 900 feet above sea level on the ground. So it's slowly creeping downhill. Very, very carefully. Let's see, is there anything to say? Like I said, there are no towns or anything until we get to Brainerd. And Brainerd, I'll show you on the map here. There's all this here. We're going to turn this way. We're going to come down here. Brainerd isn't until here. Brainerd is quite some ways away. So, oh, come here, map, move. So yeah, so we have a long ways to go. Actually, Brainerd's farther than that. I'm sorry. Brainerd is here. Brainerd. There we go. I was going to say that doesn't make any sense. Brainerd is there. So we have a long ways to go until we get to any cities or anything. And then as you can tell, we have to be careful because the river takes a few more turns. We have to make sure we follow the right extremities. I think it's up here, but I have to check. We'll check later. But anyway, there it is below us for now. There's a little airport. No, that's just a road. Let's see. We can go a little bit farther. If we pass this airport... Oh my, no, if we pass that airport, we have a long ways to go till we get to another airport. Why can't I not think of what city that is? Aiken. Of course it's Aiken. Yeah, Aiken's a far away from here. So if we miss this airport that's coming up, we have to go a long ways again until we get to Aiken. So I think what we're going to do is land here and end the video. It's going to be a little shorter video than I wanted. But I want to be landing and taking off between videos. I don't want to like... have so many videos in a row where we're just flying, you know what I mean, and in the air the whole time, because start up and shut down and all that stuff's fun too. So let's head back towards the river, which is over here, by the way. It kind of got away from us, but we're going to head towards this airport, which I can't see in the clouds. If I can't spot the airport and we can't land at it, then I might just keep us in the air while I end this video. Yeah, I don't know. So we're 2,000 feet above ground level. There's an airport up here somewhere. I think we're going to take off autopilot so that we can slow down and descend a little and try to figure out where in the world this airport is going to be while we can't see it. And like I said in the beginning of the last video, I have never successfully landed this airplane. I have crashed and burned every single time I've landed this airplane. So we're shooting for a first here. We're hoping that we can actually land this plane for the first time as I take a teeny tiny gravel or grass airport. That's kind of funny. Oh, is that it right here? No, that wouldn't be it. It's supposed to be in front of our nose. That sure looks like a grass strip though. Is that it? Is that it? No, it shows it over here on the GPS. Is that it? Maybe that's it. That could be it. 2 Mike November 2. Yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, so let's aim for that. What's the landing procedure in this? Super fast. Flaps down, gears already down, full tank, approach 100, steep approach, 85 knots. Okay, cool. Let's back here. Are we still running? Freaked me out. Yep, that's definitely the airport. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Let's do full flap. Let's slow down. What did I say? I said do 2 applications at once. 100 miles per hour. Steep approach 85 to 90. So this is okay. This is approach speed, and then just below this is touchdown speed, and that has to be our airport. It most certainly is. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So full flap if we have it. Start slowing down. Do not have peripheral vision, which is a bummer. No excuses if I can't land this. It's clear. It's a long runway, even though it's grass. We should be fine. Hopefully that's long enough to take off, though. This airplane needs forever to take off. Oh, wait. Maybe the runway, this might not be the runway. Maybe it's over there. I don't know which one's the runway. That's the run. I don't know. That's the runway. Okay. Is it? That's, or was that the runway underneath us? What does it say? Which is the runway? Over to our left. Okay. That's the runway. That's fine. Can we take off, please? Jeez. Plus, you have to tell them we're coming, right? All right. Dreamcatcher. Okay. Select a runway. We're going to use runway 27 because we're turning around. And announce full stop landing. And let's just announce final because we'd have a quick final.
2 Mike November 2 traffic turtle soup. Tango 41 is on final runway 27 to land.
Of course, this is our downwind. And this is our final. Oh my gosh, the wind got really crazy this low to the ground. Okay. This is really hard to keep going, even though I have full power and we can't climb. What the heck is this? That's weird. Are the flaps that potent that I can't climb with flaps? This is nuts. Of course, I'm going to try to land with the worst approach ever. That's how we fly. Oh my, there's not much room to... Not much clearance here. Whew. This is crazy. This is scary. I told you I can never land this plane. Of course, the approach has a lot to do with it, and this is the dumbest approach I've done in a very long time. But I'm used to like bush flying in the mountains. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. One bounce is okay. And that was a big bounce though. Oh boy. And flaps in on the brakes. Oh my gosh, we didn't crash. Well, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Don't ground loop on me. Oh, we're gonna drift. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That was a horrendous approach. And we landed at the end of the little designated runway thing. But I did not crash and burn for the first time. Cool. The reason why I let myself get away with that terrible approach is because we're used to landing in bush trips in the mountains, right? The crazy little landings. So I wanted to do something fun. I think we landed. Did we land in the right spot? We did. Alrighty, so let me park this over here, which probably is not intended to be parked here, but that's where we're going to park. And hop inside, stop. And set the parking brake, and let's look at my shutdown checklist. Props back, parking brake, yes. Throttle back, mixture back, ignition off, which I think is right here. There we go. And all switches off, which, since I didn't even do my own startup, I don't even know what all the switches are that we can do. I'm just turning things off because I can. There we go. Lights can come off, I guess. And we are cold and warm, or warm and dark, whatever. I still don't understand the fuel. That has to be something else. Front, rear, belly tanks. I do remember now, not all fuel tanks are represented by gauges. I do remember them saying that in the manual, which I have read. So there you go. Man, it's been intense. I don't know how intense it is for you watching, but these first two parts have been incredibly intense. Following the mighty Mississippi, which isn't so mighty. I know I've said that a bunch. But it just winds around everywhere, and it's harder to spot than you'd think, and it goes through all these lakes, and there's so many things to tell you because I know the area. But as you progress, it'll get easier because it'll be bigger and wider and more obvious to find the river. And I'll be yapping less because I don't get out much, and once I'm out of Minnesota, there's not much for me to say. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Hit subscribe and turn notifications and all that good stuff, and hit the like button so people know exist. And there's the river right there. It's getting wider as we go, obviously. And there's probably going to be snow maybe next time we fly, depending how many days in real life it takes me to get flying again. But there you go. Very intense, mighty Mississippi VFR trip. End of our second video already. So I'll see you in part 3 in a few days.